Hey, what's up, guys? This is just my reflection on the Gary V video. I thought there's a lot of interesting stuff on it about marketing, internet marketing, everything. One of the more interesting things I thought was Gary V talked about watch what I'm doing, not what I'm saying, just kind of telling people to just see the actions he's doing, he's taking rather than just listen to the words that are coming out of his mouth. He's real popular with his fans because he personally takes time out of his own day to respond to their direct messages, emails, anything. Constantly traveling the world to get his message out about internet marketing and mentalities and everything. So I think a big thing in this video was to take out of it was to um, watch what he's doing, not necessarily listen to what he's doing, because he does post a lot on social media and markets a ton on social media, and it's successful for him. So I think it's one of those things that he tried to get the message around. Go out and do something. Don't just listen to me talk about it. Another thing he talked about a lot was podcasts. I think that was pretty cool because I like to listen to podcasts. But he did a little experiment, and he told people, 3 years ago, stand up if you're listening to podcasts, and only like two people stood up. And then he said now, and he said how many people do you guys listen to podcasts right now? And almost the whole arena stood up, which I thought was pretty crazy. That many people just in the 3 years got into podcasts, but then he explained why, and it all made sense because humans, have busy days and they want to get as much done throughout the day as they can, especially as a small business owner, or maybe, you have a product that you're trying to get out. And, a podcast is easy. Like, you can't just sit there while driving and look at a 6-minute video to get some knowledge on marketing, but you could definitely, throw in a podcast on the radio and get all the information you want on marketing. So I thought it was neat. Podcasts allow people to gain knowledge, but also stay entertained. Not entertained, but stay busy. They can multitask more, rather than taking 6 minutes out of their day to watch a video and then absorbing that knowledge. Um, Another thing he talked about was how building a personal relationship could help your business. Um, like, a lot of people direct message him, and he used an example of you don't see me hiring my 23-year-old niece to answer every direct message that I get from a fan, or somebody who's looking for information. That he personally actually direct messages them back and talks to them personally, which I thought was pretty cool. Because people are social, humans are social animals, and so it means a lot more to his fans or his customers or anybody that they see that he's taking the time out of his day to not only talk to them, but maybe give them knowledge and whatnot, and that builds a loyal, trusting fan base. So I thought that was pretty interesting. He talked about doing that. He also talked about if you had your own small business on social medias, that you should direct message your followers, which I thought was pretty random. But he said that direct message them and ask if they will market it, if they will take a sample of your product and market it on their Instagram. And then he said that probably about 9 out of 10 people won't even respond back to you. He said, but about 1/10 will, and that some of them might offer or might ask for money, and he actually said to pay them, which I thought was pretty interesting, just because he said that they don't understand how to price themselves and how important their word of mouth is to your product, and how just a good review from a friend could change another friend's opinion, and then next thing you know, it just spreads like wildfire, and this person likes this person is telling this person, and you're getting their followers seeing your product, and that's the best way of marketing, I think. Word of mouth. People trust their friends and families more than they're going to trust somebody on the TV when they're seeing them talk about it on a commercial or something. Um, kind of to end this, what I thought was interesting, when he talked about the social medias out there today. Me being 23, I would have been like, oh, what's popular with the young kids now is Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. But he actually said to avoid those. those, or not avoid them, but if you're looking for to market to, kids in high school, 16 to 20-year-olds, he said those are great places. But if you truly are trying to get a broader age market, he said Facebook, which I didn't really expect. 'Cause, like, I had Facebook when I was in middle school. So it was like I kind of thought maybe Facebook was dwindling off, but he said that Facebook is the best because those older generations are finally getting into social media, which the first social media they get into would be Facebook, just like us. Um, and that you have a broader spectrum of age on there, and that you see a 20. He talked about a 29-year-old going through his timeline really fast, and then you get a 56-year-old who kind of takes their time, doesn't really know, kind of is reading, and if that's your market you want to go to, then Facebook be the thing. But overall, I thought this video was pretty knowledgeable in marketing and just the internet marketing world, and what social medias you want to do for depending on what your product is, depending on what kind of age base you want on your social media and whatnot. So overall, I thought this Gary Vee video was